I just added a water filter to the water tank. So now I've got a filter just like that coming out of the well and going up into the water tank. And the water tank was so full of iron and rust, and it was really gross. It was coming out like sludge. So, and that was going into our sink and going into the shower. It was going into the house. We had a filter at the sink and it would plug up really fast, so we couldn't figure out what was going on with that. But finally figured out that even though we were putting filtered water into this tank had so much garbage in it that it was coming out just pure muddy water, like water and rust. So the filter will help. Right now I've just got a little debris filter in there, and you can see the water coming through the sink. If you look in the actual white part of the sink, you can see that it's fairly clear now. It's actually much better than it was. And the shower, which you can see the rust around the base of the shower, that was coming out of our water. So I'm running that tank a couple of times in hopes of getting as much out as I can. And there's our shower water, and before I added any of that water would come out and you would see it hit down there, and it just looked like mud. You know, it was nasty. So big improvement. No more stinky water, and yeah, everything's gonna get better, I hope. I made a big mess here, so just to videotape evidence in case Kim gets upset with me. I can say, hey, look, at least I got the water fairly clean. So trying to run all the water I can out of the hot water heater and replace it with the cold, and then I believe the water going into the hot water heater is also now filtered. Let's see. Yeah, because the water will come through the pump, goes into the filter, gets filtered, comes back out, runs into the line right there, and then the line tees off right here, and you have hot water line going in, you know, the water line coming out, and that comes in somewhere. Comes in actually right here, and then from here it goes down to the sink, and then this one goes to the shower, and I believe the one that goes to the sink tees off down there and goes to the house. So hopefully it will work out. Once this water is really good and we're pretty comfortable with it, then I'll put a charcoal filter in there and we'll get rid of even more gunk. But right now it just got a cheap little debris filter that came with it. So probably our first major improvement to the cabin. I think the first thing I did was put this little overflow vent to the tank, because what would happen is the water going in would build up pressure in the tank, and it would spit water all over the top of the tank, and then of course that runs down on the ceiling here, and then you have water coming in through the ceiling. This is the top of the sauna, which eventually will become a laundry room and a pantry, but for right now it's still sauna. It's actually storage. We're not using it as a sauna. Our electric bill is way too high to use that crazy thing. Anyhow, that was my project for this weekend.